Have you ever noticed how the little pill bottles on the counter seem to multiply over the years? Maybe you started with one or two, and now suddenly, it feels like there are half a dozen or more. Doctors often mean well when they prescribe medications, but sometimes, the very thing that's supposed to help us ends up creating new problems. And when we're older, our bodies just don't process drugs the same way they used to. That's why today, I want to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you about 4 common medications that many seniors are told to take, but that could actually be doing more harm than good. Even more importantly, I'll share some natural alternatives you can talk to your doctor about, options that might be gentler and safer for your body. Now, this isn't about scaring you or making you feel bad if you're already taking one of these. It's about knowledge, awareness, and empowerment. Because when it comes to your health, you deserve to feel confident and informed, not confused and worried. So let's begin with one of the most widely prescribed medications in the world. One of the biggest culprits is a class of drugs called benzodiazepines. You might know them by names like Valium, Xanax, or Ativan. Doctors often give them for anxiety, insomnia, or even muscle spasms. And at first, they can feel like a lifesaver. You take one, and suddenly the worry quiets down, or you finally get that deep sleep you've been craving. But here's the hidden danger: benzodiazepines don't just calm the nerves, they also slow down the brain and the body in ways that can be risky as we get older. For seniors, these medications can increase the risk of falls, memory problems, confusion, and even dependence. I've heard stories of people who only meant to take them for a short time but ended up needing them for years. And when they try to stop, it feels nearly impossible. That's because the brain becomes used to the drug and struggles to function without it. Now, here's the hopeful part. There are natural approaches that can often work just as well, especially when it comes to sleep and anxiety. For example, herbal teas like chamomile or lemon balm have been used for centuries to calm the mind before bed. Magnesium, a simple mineral, can help relax muscles and prepare the body for sleep. Even practices like gentle stretching or listening to soft music before bedtime can make a real difference. If anxiety is the issue, deep breathing exercises or short daily walks outdoors can do wonders for calming the nervous system without the side effects. And remember, you don't have to go cold turkey. Always talk to your doctor before making changes, but know that these natural tools are available to support you. Now, let's move on to another group of medications you've probably heard of: non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs for short. These include things like ibuprofen and naproxen, sometimes even aspirin in higher doses. They're everywhere, over the counter, inexpensive, and often seen as harmless. Many people reach for them daily for arthritis pain, backaches, or headaches. But here's what often gets overlooked: regular use of NSAIDs can irritate the stomach lining, leading to ulcers or dangerous bleeding. They can also raise blood pressure and even damage the kidneys over time. For younger people, the body can usually handle a bit more stress from these pills, but for seniors, the risks grow much larger. So what can you do if you're in pain and tired of hearing, "Just take an ibuprofen"? Thankfully, nature has some powerful pain-fighting options. Turmeric, for example, is a bright yellow spice often found in curries, and it contains curcumin, which has strong anti-inflammatory properties. Some people find relief by adding it to their meals or taking it as a supplement. Ginger is another gentle but effective option, known not just for easing digestion but also for calming inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish oil or flaxseed oil, can help reduce joint pain and stiffness. And let's not forget the simple power of movement. Gentle exercises like swimming, tai chi, or even walking can keep joints flexible and reduce pain naturally. Now, I know what you might be thinking: that sounds nice, but will a cup of turmeric tea really help my arthritis the way ibuprofen does? And the honest answer is, it may not be as fast. Medications often work quickly because they're strong and concentrated, but that's also what makes them risky. Natural options sometimes take longer, but they build up in the body and support healing in a gentler way. And when you combine them with small lifestyle changes, the results can be surprisingly powerful. Imagine waking up with less stiffness, without worrying about what those pills might be doing to your stomach or kidneys. Let's pause for a moment here, because this isn't just about pills or herbs. It's about reclaiming a sense of control. So many seniors feel like their health is something that just happens to them, like they're at the mercy of prescriptions and side effects. But the truth is, you have more influence than you realize. Simple choices, what you eat, how you move, the way you wind down at night, can play a huge role in how you feel every day. And that brings us to another type of medication that deserves a closer look: anticholinergics. You might not know the name, but chances are you've seen these drugs. They're found in certain sleep aids, bladder medications, and even some allergy pills. The problem is that anticholinergics work by blocking a chemical in the brain that helps with memory, focus, and muscle function. Over time, especially in older adults, this can lead to confusion, dizziness, constipation, and even a higher risk of dementia. It's unsettling, isn't it? You take something to help with one small problem, like overactive bladder or seasonal allergies, and suddenly you're dealing with brain fog or balance issues. But again, there are natural alternatives. For sleep, instead of reaching for a pill, you might try creating a bedtime routine that signals to your body it's time to rest. Keep the lights dim, avoid screens before bed, and maybe sip a warm, soothing tea. For bladder issues, pelvic floor exercises can strengthen the muscles and reduce urgency. Some people also find pumpkin seed extract or cranberry helpful in supporting bladder health. And for allergies, a simple saline rinse can do wonders for clearing out pollen and dust without the brain-clouding side effects. See how the pattern is forming? The medications we've been told are safe and routine often come with hidden costs, but there's almost always a gentler path available if we look for it. The goal isn't to throw away every pill bottle. It's to become more thoughtful and intentional, choosing options that truly support your health rather than silently undermine it. You know, one of the biggest challenges many seniors face is that feeling of being stuck between two choices. Do you keep taking what the doctor prescribed years ago, or do you look for safer, gentler options as your body changes? The truth is, the right answer isn't always black and white, but the key lies in awareness. Once you know what a medication might be doing to your body, you're in a much stronger position to make healthier choices. Let's move on to another type of medication that many people over 60 are familiar with: sleeping pills. At first glance, they sound like a blessing. Who wouldn't want a simple solution to tossing and turning at night? But here's the problem. These little pills often mask the issue rather than fix it. They might knock you out, but they don't always give you the deep, restorative sleep your body craves. And as you age, the risks grow even higher. Sleeping pills can cause grogginess the next day, making you more likely to stumble, trip, or even suffer a dangerous fall. They can also affect memory, leaving you feeling cloudy or forgetful. Now, the natural alternative may not come in the form of a magic pill, but it can be surprisingly effective. One of the simplest yet most powerful tools is creating a nighttime routine that tells your body, it's time to rest. That might mean dimming the lights an hour before bed, putting down the phone or TV remote, and instead, listening to calming music or reading a gentle story. Herbal teas, like chamomile or valerian root, have been trusted for centuries to relax the mind. Magnesium supplements, when approved by your doctor, can also help ease muscles and promote sleep. And let's not forget the incredible power of movement. Even a light walk during the day can help your body regulate its sleep cycle naturally. The beautiful thing here is that you're not just avoiding the side effects of a pill, you're teaching your body to restore itself in a way that builds lasting strength. Imagine waking up not groggy or unsteady, but refreshed and clear-minded, ready to enjoy the day. That's the kind of change that transforms not just your nights, but your mornings too. Now, speaking of mornings, let's talk about another medication that can quietly chip away at your health over time: certain types of antidepressants. Now, let me be very clear here, depression is real, and it deserves attention. No one should ever feel ashamed or brushed aside when it comes to their mental health. But as we grow older, the body processes medications differently, and some antidepressants, especially older ones, can do more harm than good. They can cause dizziness, weight gain, or even dangerous drops in blood pressure when standing up. For someone in their 30s or 40s, these side effects might be manageable, but for someone over 60, they can become real hazards. The natural alternatives here don't mean you need to simply tough it out. In fact, there are powerful, science-backed approaches that can lift your mood and protect your health at the same time. For instance, something as simple as regular sunlight can boost your body's production of serotonin, the feel-good hormone. A short walk outside, even for 10 or 15 minutes, can make a bigger difference than most people realize. Social connection is another powerful medicine. Picking up the phone to call a friend, joining a local group, or even volunteering can all reduce feelings of loneliness and give your days new purpose. And let's not forget nutrition. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like salmon, walnuts, or flax seeds, are shown to support brain health and emotional balance. For some, gentle practices like meditation, prayer, or even deep breathing exercises can help quiet the mind and ease anxiety. And if you're someone who likes structure, journaling can be a wonderful daily practice. Writing down your thoughts each evening, even just a few lines, can help lighten the mental load and give you clarity. The key is recognizing that your emotional well-being is just as important as your physical health. You deserve to feel joy, peace, and stability without being weighed down by side effects that make life harder. And now, there's one more category we need to talk about, and it's something almost everyone has taken at one point or another: painkillers. For many, it starts with a bad back, stiff knees, or maybe arthritis that flares up when the weather changes. Reaching for over-the-counter pain relievers might feel like the only way to get through the day. But here's the hidden danger. When used too often, especially in higher doses, these pain medications can wreak havoc on your stomach, liver, or kidneys. Some can thin your blood, raising the risk of internal bleeding, while others might elevate blood pressure or interfere with other prescriptions you're already taking. But pain doesn't have to mean suffering, and it doesn't always require a pill. Natural alternatives are often overlooked, yet they can be powerful allies. For example, turmeric, often used as a spice, contains curcumin, a natural compound with strong anti-inflammatory effects. Ginger, too, can help reduce inflammation and ease soreness. Gentle stretching, yoga, or water aerobics can improve flexibility and relieve joint pain without straining your body. Heat therapy, such as a warm compress or a soak in the bath, can also provide soothing relief, especially in the evenings. There's also the option of exploring mindfulness techniques. Believe it or not, the way we focus on pain can actually change how we experience it. Guided relaxation or meditation can help shift the brain's attention and reduce discomfort. And if you're someone who enjoys touch, therapies like massage or acupuncture might be worth exploring. Many seniors are surprised at how much relief these approaches can bring, especially when combined with a healthy lifestyle. What's remarkable is that when you move away from relying on painkillers and instead strengthen your body's natural resilience, you don't just mask the discomfort, you actually build a foundation for lasting comfort. Picture yourself being able to move more freely, enjoying a stroll with loved ones, tending to your garden, or even playing with your grandchildren without that constant shadow of pain. That's what these alternatives can open the door to: a life with less limitation and more freedom. So, we've covered quite a journey together, from sleeping pills that rob you of true rest, to antidepressants that can leave you feeling dizzy, to painkillers that may quietly damage your organs. And remember, we also touched on blood pressure medications that can bring unexpected risks as the body ages. Each one of these categories carries its own dangers, but the real message here is simple: knowledge is power. When you know what these medications can do, you're no longer at their mercy. You get to be the one in control, making informed choices, and working with your doctor to find safer, healthier paths. That's the real goal, not to scare you, but to empower you. The beautiful thing is that nature has always offered us gentler alternatives. Whether it's a cup of calming tea before bed, a walk in the sunshine to lift your spirits, or natural herbs like turmeric to soothe your joints, the answers don't have to come from a bottle. Sometimes, the simplest shifts in lifestyle, mindset, and nutrition can make the biggest difference. And here's something I want you to remember: your health is not just about living longer, it's about living better. It's about waking up with energy, moving with freedom, and keeping your mind sharp and your heart joyful. You deserve that. Before we close, let me say this: never stop being curious, never stop learning, and never be afraid to ask your doctor tough questions. After all, this is your body, your life, and you deserve to thrive. If this video has opened your eyes or given you a new perspective, I invite you to take one small step today, whether that's swapping out a nightly pill for a natural bedtime routine, or simply adding a few minutes of sunlight to your morning. Small steps create big changes over time. And if you found this helpful, please consider subscribing to this channel. We share simple, life-changing tips every week to help you stay strong, independent, and joyful at every stage of life. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay healthy, stay hopeful, and remember, you are stronger than you think.